let's look at the ProRaster preview window. I have ProRaster Premium running. So as you edit the algorithm will be rendered into the preview window on the right. Now you can zoom and pan around this window using the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in, and then using the left button, click and hold to pan the view around, and then scroll out again, click and hold. When you zoom out to a certain level, it will automatically snap to the extents of your algorithm. Over here there are a few buttons controlling this view window. So firstly, the default mode, we have no tooltip. Here we have a simple tooltip, and as we move around the raster, it tells us the primary value of the raster that we're looking at. Now we might be looking at many different rasters, and the tooltip reflects the value of the raster that's on top. And if we zoom in, that continues to function. And in this case, we're looking at global terrain. So we're looking at the terrain above and below sea level. This third button gives you a more verbose report. So now it's telling us the value, and it's also telling us the raster that value is coming from, and then in brackets the field name and the band name, and underneath it's giving the X and Y coordinate. In this case it's latitude or longitude and latitude. Finally, if you have ProRaster Premium, you can double click. So if I double click here, for example, and it opens over in here, the property page, is a report. So this is a XML report, and it tells you about every raster that it's intercepted when you clicked on the view. So it tells you where you clicked, tells you coordinate system of the point that you clicked at, the coordinate that's given, and then it tells you about the rasters that it found. So here it found the merit DTM, for example, and here's the data, also as a text value. But in addition to that, it also found the JEBCO DEM, for example, and here's the data here. So a slightly different value from the JEBCO DEM. And also there's a virtual raster in here in this particular algorithm, which is just used to create the Greenland itself as using a white coloration rather than a terrain coloration. So it's found that as well. So the preview window can be closed if you wish and reopened. In ProRaster Premium, once you've closed the preview window, you can then open an additional window. So click on the button next to it, and it opens a resizable external window. If I can just grab that, there we go. So now we have a resizable external window. You can make that as big as you want, and it operates just the same as the preview window. You can zoom and pan, and you can also get tooltips in exactly the same way. So if you have multiple algorithms, you can have multiple windows. So here I have a different algorithm. So I'll collapse that down and then open it as an external window, and here we have, let me bring it down smaller, and we'll just zoom in a bit. So that's that one, and perhaps we'll bring up a third one. We have another one here. So there's our preview. We'll close it, add an external window, bring that over, and there he is. Put that over there. Now you can see that the preview window by default might cover up your ProRaster dialog. There is an option for this, so if you go into the options dialog, you can have application window always on top. So if I click that, you can see that it remains on top of these preview windows even when I activate these preview windows. Now when I select an algorithm, let's say I'll go to Topo Drape, it brings those windows associated with that algorithm to the front. So I brought that out to the front. If I go to LiDAR, it brings that window up. Now if I want to close this external window, I just reopen the preview window and it goes away. So I'll do that for all three. And now all my external windows have been closed.